Hello, my name is John Mayle. I'm with the Gassman Financial Group and G&G Planning. We're a registered investment advisory and financial planning firm based in New York City, and I'm here today to talk about Social Security benefits. So what we hope to cover today are some basics related to the program and to give you some ideas on benefit types that you might be eligible for and some considerations in claiming them. So with Social Security, it's a very complex program, and it's important to understand the basic rules associated with the program. So benefits were never intended to be a full replacement of your income. They were always designed to be part of a three-legged stool: private savings, maybe a pension if you're lucky enough to have one, and Social Security. So it's designed to provide partial income replacement. The formula is skewed in such a way where lower income workers get a higher percentage of their earnings replaced than higher income individuals. So higher income individuals, it's more important to have private savings to augment your Social Security, but Social Security does provide the foundational benefit for a lot of retirees. To collect benefits, an individual has to pay into the program. This is to collect benefits on their own working record, retired worker benefits. They pay in during their working career for credited work. Most work is credited, not all work is credited. There are some federal government employees that pay into the federal retirement system, the civil servant system, that does not qualify for Social Security coverage, and there are some railroad workers as well that don't qualify, but virtually everybody pays into the system and qualifies for Social Security benefits. You have to earn 40 quarters of coverage. That's 10 years, 4 quarters a year, 10 years of coverage to qualify for your retired worker benefits, but you can also qualify for benefits based on someone else's earnings history, notably a spouse's earnings history, or a dependent child could claim benefits based on their parents' earning history. And benefits are subject to taxation. We'll get into that later in the presentation. So a couple of important things to note related to retired worker benefits. Retired worker benefits, these again are earned on your own earnings history. They're based on your primary insurance amount, or PIA. That's a very important acronym. The PIA is the amount of benefit that you will receive based on your earnings at your full retirement age, or your FRA. That's the second important acronym. So your full retirement age today for retirees would be 66. That's increasing gradually to age 67 for those of us that were born on or after the 2nd of January 1960. You can collect benefits early as age 62. Those do come at a reduction. Or you can wait and collect benefits after you've attained your FRA, your full retirement age. You can delay those benefits for additional retirement credits. Those retirement credits work out to two-thirds of a percent per month, so that works out to 8% per year for delaying. So that can be a substantial increase in benefits. That would be 32% increase on your benefit if you delayed from age 66, that's your full retirement age, until age 70. So that is a substantial increase that many people will avail themselves to. As I alluded to earlier, there's another type of benefit, and that is one that's not based on your earnings, but based on that of your spouse. So if maybe you haven't earned full retired worker benefits under your own earnings history, or the benefit you've received is minimal because you took a long time off from work or just didn't have a lot of earnings along the way, you may be eligible to qualify for benefits under your spouse's earnings history. You can collect benefits as early as age 62. Benefits would be 50% of your spouse or ex-spouse's primary insurance amount, but that's only if you wait until your full retirement age. So that again would be age 66. If you collect early, you take a reduction in that benefit. Caveat here is that your spouse, if you're currently married, has to have filed for his or her own benefits in order for you to qualify to claim a spousal benefit on their record. And you should also be aware of a deemed filing rule that does apply for spouse benefits. So if you collect benefits early before your full retirement age, which would be 66 for many people today, if you decided to collect early, in addition to your benefits being reduced, you are deemed to be filing for any and all benefits to which you are entitled. That would include your own retired worker benefits if you've accrued them. So that's something that's very important that you should be aware of. Divorced spouses, the rules are very similar. You have to have been married for 10 years or longer to qualify for a divorced spouse benefit, but the rules for claiming are similar to a currently married spouse, with one important distinction, and that is that the ex-spouse does not have to have a window open for them to claim benefits. So in other words, their ex-spouse does not have to have filed for his or her own benefits to open up that claiming window for the ex-spouse benefit. So that gives them a little easier go of it in terms of claiming benefits vis-a-vis the currently married spouse. Again, beware of the deemed filing rule. So if you're a divorced spouse claiming a divorced spouse benefit before your full retirement age, you have to be aware of that deemed filing rule. If you've earned your own benefit, you will be filing for all benefits to which you are entitled, including your own retired worker benefits, and that's a scenario that you probably want to avoid. There's a special kind of benefit that accrues to surviving spouses. So these are spouses that have obviously lost the working spouse. So there's a little more flexibility with these benefits, and some of the rules, particularly the deemed filing rule, does not apply to a surviving spouse benefit. So basically, the surviving spouse would be able to step into the deceased worker's benefits at death. Now, if that deceased worker delayed filing for their benefit and they earn some of these delayed filing credits as a result, the surviving spouse would simply be able to step into that higher benefit. If the deceased individual died before they attained their full retirement age and they didn't have any of those delayed credits, then the surviving spouse would have earned their primary insurance amount as the benefit. So the PIA is very important for a number of different benefit calculations. Surviving spouses can claim a benefit as early as age 60. They are subject to reduction if they file before their full retirement age. So full retirement age, assuming that's age 66 for current filers, the benefit would be claimed as early as age 60, but it would come at a reduction for that early filing. It would further be reduced if the surviving spouse were working and earning income, and if that earned income exceeded just over $17,000 this year. That number is indexed for inflation. So it could be subject to two different reductions, one for earned income and one for an early claim. So beware of both of these, but this does give you extra flexibility in the sense that the deemed filing rule doesn't apply. So it does offer surviving spouses the opportunity to claim a benefit early and delay their own retired worker benefits if they've earned them under their own earnings history. So that could be a good opportunity for some surviving spouses. Maximizing Social Security benefits, there's a number of different methods in which to do this, but there's a few basic rules to keep in mind. No rule is absolute, but generally speaking, when comparing a married couple, if you have two spouses and one has a materially higher PIA amount, primary insurance amount, it generally will make sense for that higher earning spouse to delay his or her filing and earn those delayed retirement credits to maximize that benefit. And the reason for that is simple. That benefit would be passed on to a surviving spouse via a surviving spouse benefit. If someone is born, if the spouses are born before January the 1st of 1954, there's a special opportunity that may make it easier for a spouse to defer their benefit collection, and that is the restricted filing for spouse benefits. So a spouse could collect a spousal benefit based on the earnings history of their spouse. In this case, it would be the lower earning spouse. The higher earning spouse would collect that spouse benefit, and then they would delay their own retired worker benefit until they've attained age 70. So it's simply a way for them to bridge a gap in delaying their own benefits. Again, the rules are going to be a little bit different based on the facts and circumstances, but in general, the higher PIA spouse should give consideration to delaying the collection of his or her retirement benefits. Taxation of Social Security, you can see here there's some thresholds where On the federal level, benefits go untaxed. They become taxed at 50% and 85% respectively. It's important to note that Social Security benefits on some level always escape federal taxation, even if it's only 15% of the benefit. So it's a relatively tax-efficient benefit, and many states will exclude some or all of the benefit from taxation. So depending on where you live, your Social Security benefits may be relatively lightly taxed, or they may go untaxed at all, which also offers some opportunity for tax bracket planning. Remember, Roth IRA distributions are not subject to taxation and would not impact these different tax brackets for taxation, so it would not increase the modified adjusted gross income thresholds. Also, some tax planning around Social Security could help you with with the deduction of other benefits on your tax return, charitable benefits or other types of benefits. The taxation, so it's important to note, in addition to the Roth IRA, that certain deductions on your tax return, such as things for medical expenses, you may be able to deduct more of them if you keep your income below certain thresholds. So that's another potential benefit of some bracket planning surrounding your Social Security benefits. So that's all for our brief overview. I'd really like to thank you for spending some time with us today, and hope you'll take a moment to check out some of our other YouTube videos. And if you have suggestions for topical videos you'd like us to cover, please let us know. Thanks, and have a great day.